Hello and welcome to the Projector project. My name is Diederik. My furry friend in the background is Swami. He will probably be joining us in a second. And welcome to another episode. This episode is going to be about feeling your own energy as a projector. So let's go. So I've been receiving a lot of comments on the videos, and for me as a projector, I've definitely experienced this, and I wonder what you guys think. When you are really, as a projector, in your own energy, when you really feel like you are in your own energy and not in the residual energy of other people. And the way that shows up for me is like, I'll have friends visit, and then when they leave, there's always like a little bit of that moment of shifting. Like, I have to shift back into my own energy. But once I do, I feel like this, like, this sense of like peace come over me, and a sense of like inner joy too. Like, not just inner peace, but inner joy. And it's just such interesting dynamics that come into play when it comes to energy and being a projector. I had a friend recently. We went on a trip and we were going to sleep, and she goes, "Hey, can you rein in your projector energy a little bit?" Like, I can't really sleep. And I was like, okay, give me a second. And I reined it in. Now, I don't know if it was necessarily a projector energy or kind of like reaching out for some kind of validation. Because I asked her, I was like, it's interesting you say that. Like, what did it feel like? She said, it feels like tentacles. It felt like energetic tentacles, like kind of just like all over. And I feel like that's what comes up when we are looking for validation. Like, for me, my experience is I'm not in my body. I'm like reaching out in the past. And now it's like a question of, okay, who am I? And how do I maintain my own energy? Because, man, we take in so much as projectors, right? Our auras are designed to absorb other auras. And so it can be heavy. And we don't only take in like pain and sorrow, but also anger. We take in everything. And, you know, if you're a fifth line, you can feel that. But as a projector in general, like, we just absorb everything. And, oh, there he is. A happy boy. So what I'm really saying with this video is, like, we need to protect our energy. We need to stay grounded. We need to clear other people's energy out of us on the daily. There's a lot of ways to do that. Grounding is one of them, taking your shoes off and just grounding on the earth. Literally saying, like, I call back all my energy. I find that thinking about other people, we automatically open up an energetic connection with someone else. And so just not to be thinking about other people too much. And if we do, just to call the energy back. Now, anybody that does Reiki or any other energetic practices, I'm sure many of you do. Any of those work, whatever is the best for you personally. But it's about you know, going back, it's about that magnetism, right? Like, we become magnetic when we don't need anything from anyone. When we don't need any recognition or validation, and we're just doing our thing. And to do that, you have to be in your body. You have to clear out everything that's not you, because how do you How do you find that security and that sense of groundedness in yourself if you're not in your body? Because that's when we're present, when we're in the body. So it's really about continuously clearing our aura so that we can be clean on the inside, we can be in touch with who we are, and then we can actually truly serve people, because if not, it makes things difficult. And this is something I've always known, but like now it's just come like clear into focus. So it's a shorter video than normal. My message is, like, to any projector out there, protect your energy, it's precious. People are going to want access to it. And the wrong invitations will drain us, always. It's so important, guys. Like it's like night and day. And it can be hard because we feel like we have to sacrifice. You know, there are invitations that seem so good, and maybe we need it. Maybe we need the income. Maybe we're starving for connection and validation and recognition. But we have to let it go. It's just the way it is. But because of the energetics of how the world works and how the auras work, saying no to the wrong invitations means saying yes to the right ones. And more of them will come. And I'm blessed in my life right now where, you know, like, you know, there are people that are looking to potentially work with me, and sometimes I just have to let that go. And right now I'm attracting really the right invitations, like people coming in that just see me. They see me, they recognize me, and what they're projecting onto me, I'm being a 5-1, and the fifth line being a projection line, as is the 2, but being a 5-1, it's really that 5 for me. When their projection matches my signature soul frequency, man, it gives me energy. I walk away from a conversation feeling energized versus feeling drained. And whatever your authority is, it will tell you if it's the right invitation or not, right? We all know that, or at least we're all reminded of that. Myself being a splenic authority, I can feel it right away if it's not right. And it's tough because, you know, like right now I received a message from a friend and she's struggling a little bit, but my body's telling me, like, no, don't call, because it's going to drain you. As much as you want to help, don't do it. Just don't do it. So instead I just sent a written message, whereas normally I would call. So it's really about setting our boundaries, guys. Like, this is a question of so this might be a topic for another video, but I think it comes in because I'm talking about protecting our energy, right? I'm talking about us as projectors, and anybody watching, if you have a projector child or partner or friend or family member or colleague or business partner, like, when we're drained, and we're no good to anyone. It's just I know that's not true either. It's more that it's exhausting. I'm just exhausted sometimes, and you know, having the heart center defined and it being a motor that functions in a pulse, you know, sometimes it's on and sometimes it's off, and also for me to recognize when it's off. You know, when is it off? Thank you for joining me on this little hike, by the way. Just needed to walk a little bit, and yeah, just felt called to record. You know, and going back, setting these boundaries, saying no to the wrong invitations, and also not, you know, this is me. I know everybody's different, but like, having grown up with a mother that was volatile with her emotions. She has the channel to 59.6, so She really sets the emotional tone of the entire home. And, you know, her not having been properly supported by my dad, you know, being starved for that energy and that support, wasn't able to give that to me. And, you know, I tried to regulate her by not triggering those emotions, because with the 59.6, now understanding it through human design, the emotional wave, the source wave at the 59.6, being in the solar plexus, right? That this emotional wave gets triggered by other people's emotions. So I always felt like keeping my emotions in check, and one of the emotions I always kept in check was anger. And I don't mean to like, let me just burn everything to the ground anger. I just mean more like, hey, this is my space. I need space right now. Like, it's more about assertiveness, right? It's more about saying what it is you want and what it is that you need, and putting your needs first versus putting other people's needs first. And as a projector, we can get trapped in that because we want to serve. We want to help and guide, and we want to share our wisdom, and a lot of times we settle for the wrong types of invitations. Here he comes. So, guys, ground yourself, protect your energy at all costs. That's what's going to make the difference between thriving and just surviving. This is the breakthrough for us projectors. This is the breakthrough information. At least I speak for myself, because living as a projector and not being grounded, not being in your own energy, not being playful, focusing on the doing, like, I think it's a general rule when you're doing, it's more about what state of being are you in, what's your vibration. But as projectors, even more so, you know? It's like, yeah, just like who you be when you do. Because we do. Like, you know, I know we're, as projectors, we're designed to be, generators are designed to do, manifestors are designed to initiate, and reflectors are meant to reflect back who we are and what the environment, what's going on in the environment. That as projectors, we do. We do. But we do it differently. It's not just about expending energy, it's about it's about building up energy. It's about building up our authentic energy and then expending it and then stopping and then replenishing. When we help someone, when we assist someone, when we're invited to guide someone, to cleanse our aura of them, you know, to, I don't know, you can picture the roses at the edges of your aura and call everything back, cord cutting, like whatever it takes to bring your energy back. Rest a lot. And when it comes to your anger, you know, anger is sacred. It's life force energy, and it's really important to cultivate that. Not the anger itself, but the assertiveness, the calmness, where you can say what it is that you need to say, that you're not ashamed of saying what it is that you need, even if it means not being there for someone, even if it means keeping the door closed, just being on your own, being in your own energy. And it's really, really important. And when you build your own energy, the thing that gets in the way most is shame. That's poison to your energetic body. So anger can help with the shame. So see if there's any anger somatic exercises that you can link into. At least this is what I'm doing. And yeah, there's a lot of information in this, guys. Like this is me in the middle of my experimentation, so pardon the kind of jumping around of different things, but I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know, comment, share about what's going on for you and how you see this being at play in your life. The whole, like, being in your own energy, feeling your own energy versus just being absolutely saturated with everybody else's energy. You know, what kind of methods do you use to cleanse yourself, to clear energy of others? You know, as we move forward, we're being called into service as projectors, specifically moving to 2027, like we got to be ready for this, right? We want to make sure that our energetic body can hold the higher vibrations, and it can't do that if it's just continuously drained because we're giving away our energy. We really have to start saying no. And the tricky thing is we become even more magnetic then, and people want to have even more contact with us, and that's when we really have to listen to our authority that tells us if the invitation is correct or not. And it's not just a one step, right? It's for example, me being, having my spleen defined and my heart defined. The spleen tells me intuitively, okay, this is the right invitation, and then from the heart it has to be like, okay, what's the exchange? What's the bargain? And is it correct for me? Am I going to get my needs met for the energy I'm about to expend? And I can trust my intuition on that if it's correct for me or not. So let me know how your specific energetics work. Share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for going on this walk with me. We made it back home. Spring has come to Spain. And sending you much love. And see you on the next episode. Ciao.